Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing an unboxing for some packages I picked up from my P.O. box. And I do have an idea of what this one is, and I have no clue what this one is. And this one I have some idea. Obviously I know the brand. Brand is Nusuk, but I know nothing about the fragrance. So we're gonna bust these open. I'm gonna test them and let you guys know if they're any good. But if you guys like content like this, just random unboxings of fragrances, I don't know who would not love that. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe, all the good things, but let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it. So this one, knowing what it is, I'm gonna save this for last. You guys are gonna wanna stick around for this one, no doubt. And this was sent to me by my friend Danny as a Christmas gift, early Christmas here in the George house. So Danny, I truly appreciate it. You are the man, thank you. Excited to see what this is. Let's bust the Nusuk open real quick since we already know what we're dealing with. It is Nusuk Ateeq, and I have not tried this fragrance yet. I'm obviously a big fan of Nusuk. They have some amazing fragrances that really, since the early days of trying Nusuk for the first time, I feel like they have gotten even so much better than that. They were always really great with getting close to a scent profile of a more popular, more expensive fragrance, be it niche or designer. However, I would say their quality has stepped up, their overall performance has stepped up. This is an Extrait de Parfum, 100 mLs, Ateeq. I wanna say it was just released this year. I'm gonna tell you the notes right here, they're on the box. Lime, grapefruit, amber, honey, cinnamon, lavender, jasmine, dried tobacco, vanilla orchid, coumarin, musk, cedarwood, and tonka. So those notes sound amazing. Let's get it open. Guys, somehow 75% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed, so be sure to do that. I do giveaways all the time, and the bare minimum is being subscribed to the channel. I just opened this, and I got a whiff of it. It smells great already. Strong. So here you go with the presentation. Nusuk always does a good job of the overall presentation. I like their bottles. Their bottles are always unique, something different. And this is no exception. It kind of resembles a honeycomb, just the color of the juice and the bottle itself. So looks cool. You have Nusuk there on the top. And then you have a sticker here, made in the UAE. And for those that don't know, Nusuk is also Reefs. They're the same company. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Now let's take a look at the atomizer. Beautiful atomizer as always. Expect nothing less from Nusuk. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Ooh, this is nice. This is really, really nice in the air. And it's reminding me just at first sniff Xerjoff. A Xerjoff fragrance. It's really nice. Yeah, so I'm picking up that citrus off of the strip. Powdery, honey, amber, just the right amount of sweetness, grown man sweetness. Naxos is what it's reminding me of. But this is a little different. This has a little bit of a twist. They always send a little card too in their boxes. Very seductive, sexy fragrance, masculine, beautiful. The other thing that's standing out here is the tobacco. The two notes, the two main drivers of this fragrance are the honey and the tobacco. Although where I think this is a little bit different than Naxos is just off a strip initially, is I'm getting more citrus. And that fragrance doesn't have as much citrus as I'm getting from this. And then you have the lime and the grapefruit here to account for that. And it is dry, it is a little bit powdery, so be mindful of that. Some of that is coming from the cedarwood and the tonka. I love this. I mean, I can just smell it off a strip. I know I'm gonna love it off a skin, but excellent fragrance. Maybe we'll come back to it in a minute and try that off a skin. Let's bust open what Danny sent me. Okay, so, oh, wow. What do we got? Ooh, nice. All right. I don't think this is open. No, just a little plastic thing around. They must wrap around it. And all right, we got a couple things here. We got some samples, it looks like. Always love samples. Histories de Parfums. So we'll look at this in a second. And then we have this M. Micallef fragrance, Royal Vintage. Wow. Thank you, Danny. Really appreciate it. I have not tried this. I haven't even heard about this. Is this a new release? Royal Vintage. I don't know. Whoa. All right. Breaking it. Wow. Look at this bottle. Look at that. Very cool. Familiar. Looks like their other bottles. So there you go. And then nice heavy bottle. Love the design. This matte finish to it. Almost looks like like it's painted on. You can kind of see that. And Micallef on the side. Nice details to the bottle. And this here, you also have a little note inside that, this is weird. It looks like I have like a new electronic instructions here. That's what it reminds me of. Keep out of the reach of children. Keep away from flames. Okay, so they're not really telling me anything here. All right, let's take a look at the atomizer. Nice heavy bottle. Nice. Very nice. All right, let's see what we got. All right. In the air, creamy, citrus, giving off maybe some patchouli vibes, a little Aventus-y, slight Aventus-y DNA. Let's see. Yeah. Very green, mossy, lush, creamy citrus, earthy, some woods. This is really good. This is actually reminding me a little bit of one of my favorite fragrances, Loewe, Essentia Eau de Parfum. It's reminding me of that a bit. Wow. This is really damn good. Essentia is one of my favorite fragrances, and what sets Essentia apart from Aventus, because they are similar, but I think what sets them apart is the fact that the Essentia is much greener. It's much mossier. Dare I say more authentic smelling in terms of the earthy notes. There's also a slight smokiness here, some woods. I gotta know, maybe that patchouli too. Yeah, it definitely has patchouli. It's a little bit chocolatey. Interesting. I don't know when this came out. I've never heard of this fragrance. Hold on one sec. Okay, it's 5 years old, so it's not a new fragrance. Top notes of bergamot, pink pepper, apple, cypress, thyme, jasmine, moss, patchouli, musk, and amber. Okay, so definitely picking up a lot of that moss and patchouli, and I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. What are people comparing this to? Creed Aventus. Okay. Yeah, Nishane's Hachivat. I would say it's probably somewhere in between those two, which is what Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. Wow. So my guess is this is why Danny chose this fragrance, because he knows how much I love that scent, and just by knowing that he's a fan of the channel, I talk about it all the time. So a lot of people compared it to Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. Now, I will say that Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum, very pricey fragrance. This is probably right up there with it. So they're similarly priced. Yeah, this is not a cheap fragrance. Thank you, Danny. Wow, so kind of you to send this. Right now on FragranceNet, it's $215 for a 3.3 ounce, 100 ml bottle. But wait a minute, priced with a coupon, it's $140, so much more reasonable. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel better that Danny didn't spend that much money on it. Sorry guys, Fred is crying. Freddie, it's okay, buddy. Once in a while, he'll just cry out. He hears something. So $140.39 is a really great price for this. But I was nervous that Danny spent that much money on me. And yeah, but nothing, I wouldn't put it past him. Very kind. This smells great. Absolutely love this one. I cannot wait to wear it. He also sent some samples. Oh, okay, just one. So I don't know if Danny sent this or they just threw it in the box. I don't know what fragrance it is. Is there just Historist 1828? Okay. I mean, I've heard of fragrances from this house, but I haven't specifically heard of this one. Okay. Love this. Wow. Okay. So this is a fresh fragrance. Maybe picking up some, it's kind of has that mojito vibe to it, similar to, at least off of the strip. It's a little bit piney. It's reminding me a little bit of MFK's Gentle Fluidity Silver, which is another favorite of mine. Very classy smelling, put together, elevated fragrance, gentlemanly. Yeah, love that pininess, the greenness here. Very refreshing. Smells like a forest on a spring day. Wow. I really like this one. It also has this sparkle to it, this effervescence, which makes it very appealing, very sort of addictive in a way. Wow, really like this. Let me take a look at the notes of this one quickly. Yeah, so Histories des Parfums 1828. This was a 2001 release, so I wouldn't even say this smells dated. I mean, it has kind of a classic vibe to it, but smells like something that could be worn today. So it definitely has a modern feel to it. Eucalyptus, interesting. Citrus, grapefruit, tangerine, nutmeg, pepper, pine tree. Yeah, very piney scent, but I love it. Mixed with the cedar, incense, vetiver. Great blend of notes. As I said, very gentlemanly. Smells amazing. Now, interestingly enough, when you look at what people compare it to, it seems to be a true original. There's not a lot here that is overwhelmingly leaning towards another fragrance, and I have to agree with that. Kind of has its own vibe. It's definitely a gentlemanly sort of classical men's fragrance done in a modern way. That's the vibe I'm getting here. And I love how they use the pine. It's not overly done. Love the effervescence, the citrus. I can't wait to wear this one, actually. This is going to be one, well, what the hell? Why don't I wear it today? I'm not wearing anything. I have a theme this week, and the theme this week actually works well with this fragrance. So let's take a look. See what this does off of skin. I'm liking it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm getting a little bit more of the early 2000s vibes, which I love. Nostalgic for that. Woody, citrus, very fresh, aromatic, a little bit spicy, masculine, easygoing, signature worthy. Wear this every day. Look, this may have been a throw-in after the fact, but I'm absolutely loving this right now. Very good fragrance. Thank you, Danny. Let's take another sniff of the Nusuk Ateeq. Yeah, this is awesome. This actually smells like honeycomb. Wow, Nusuk. They stepped their game up big time. They have come out with some of the most incredible fragrances. Like right out of the box, this smells awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it. And the M. Micallef Royal Vintage. Love it. 3 for 3. I also love with the Royal Vintage, that creaminess that comes through is just effortless. Sexy. I would wear this every day of the week. This is my thing. This is right in my wheelhouse. Is like signature worthy. And, you know, I'm kind of a basic bitch in that way. I love Creed, Aventus. I love my, as I said, the Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. And now I have this, which I think is a little different. It's a little more creamy than those two fragrances. And I would even say I don't want to say difficult, but a little more maybe polarizing, mossy note here. It's really there. It's like up front. But I personally like that. So, yeah. Wow. Danny, thank you again. Nusuk and Historis de Parfum 1828. Guys, we went 3 for 3 today with these fragrances. Now, I would love to know, as always, your opinion on any of these. The Nusuk, Historis de Parfum, the M. Mechalef. What are your thoughts? Now, I almost forgot. You guys are gonna wanna wait for this. All right, so we have 4 more samples, but that's not the reason why I told you to hold on. I wasn't expecting the samples. This was sent to me by friend of the channel and subscriber, Ken, okay? Thank you, Ken, for sending it my way. I'm gonna quickly try these 4 samples he sent me. He wants my opinion on them, and I truly appreciate what he's doing for you guys right now, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute. We have Gucci Intense Oud. We have Jules et Mad Aqua Sextius. Never heard of it, but we're gonna try it today. Zaharoff Signature Black Rose Alfetti, which I haven't tried. And Messenza Perfect Oud, which is Alberto Maurice's house, which I've wanted to try for a while. I'm actually gonna try that one first because I've been, obviously, who's not a fan of Alberto Maurice? I had to cut more test strips from an envelope I had, guys. So I'm working with what I have right now. I'm completely out of test strips and I need to order more. But let's see what this is all about. This is one that I've wanted to try for a while. Perfect Oud from Messenza. Very delicate oud. Very nice. You know, Alberto Maurice is the master, okay, of making mass appealing fragrances. And if they're, just on knee-jerk reaction, if there is a mass appealing oud of all things, it's going to be created by him. And this is a very easygoing, smooth, woody, little bit smoky oud. Has a slight sour undertone, which I love. I'm personally, like, that's a thing I'm into, is like just that little twist of something different that makes you want to keep smelling it. Really like this one. And I promise, Ken, I'm going to give these full wears. And again, these line up beautifully with this week's theme. So keep an eye out for next week's weekly rotation video. Let's try the Zaharoff. This is one, I'm a fan of Zaharoff's rose fragrance, and that for me is one of my favorite rose fragrances. Jammy sweet rose is what I get from it mainly, but I haven't smelled this one. I don't know if this is even still available. Zaharoff Black Rose Helfetti. Okay. This is interesting. Has almost like a polish vibe to it. Not chemical. Old school too. Has this feeling to it that reminds me of old school fragrances. I don't know what's necessarily leading to that, but it's nice. A risk, I feel, for Zaharoff. There's also some of that signature DNA in here as well. It smells like a Zaharoff fragrance. This is one I'm going to want to try on skin because some notes are tougher to pick up off a strip. And I'm smelling it off in an envelope. But yeah, not bad. There's something else going on here as well. Not just the rose, but the rose is standing out. Very different from his other rose fragrance. Okay, let's see. Jules et Mad Aqua Sextius. Interesting name. Let's give this one a try. Very aquatic. Clean. Uplifting. Soapy. Very fresh. Yeah, this is a mass appeal to me too. But it does have some elements to it that make it smell maybe even a little old school. There's something here too, maybe mint. I gotta look this up. This one is interesting. This one has a lot going on. Aqua Sextius, 2014, Cecile Zarokian. Okay, big fan of hers. Yeah, fresh scent with depth. Okay, that's why I wanted to look this up, because it's a fresh fragrance, but it's something different too. And she does amazing fragrances. She really, truly does. Grapefruit, bergamot, tea, mimosa, fig. Yeah, this is nice. Wow, this could be a summer gem right here. Now Ken said he took these directly from his collection. I hope this is still available, but this is nice. Yeah, very nice. Wow, interesting. All right, finally we have Gucci Intense Oud. One that you would have thought that I would have tried by now, I have not. So excited to try this one. Heard a lot about it. It's a fan favorite. Many people love this fragrance. Okay. Oud is there, no question, but I'm also picking up a leather as well. The other thing I like here too about it is there's a slight boozy note. And it's reminding me a little bit, funny enough, of John Varvados's Dark Rebel. This is a darker fragrance. This is, you know, a guy on his motorcycle, leather jacket, smoking a cigar, that type of fragrance. So very dark, has a lot of depth, masculine fragrance. Wow, I can see why people love this one. Gucci Intense Oud. Is this another one that's been discontinued by Gucci? Guys, let me know in the comments. I know for a while this one was popping up for people, like, and you know, it'd sell out quickly, and but this is nice. Frankincense, raspberry, saffron. Yeah, so the saffron is why I'm picking it, and there's also a leather note. So as much oud as I'm getting here, I wouldn't call this just a straight up oud fragrance. I would call this a leather fragrance as well. Really nice. This is right up my alley too. This is one that I just find super sexy. You know what? I'm going to dinner on Saturday night with some friends. I'm leaning towards this. I think this is one that I might reach for. The only thing is, I also want to explore Perfect Oud. So, yeah, both great. Thank you, Ken. Amazing fragrances. I do want to try the Zaharoff a little more, and also the Aqua Sextius. That could be a nice summer fragrance. Guys, I'm doing a giveaway. Ken sent me Xerjoff's Ouverture. He was not a fan of it, and he was kind enough to part with it, send it to me, and do a giveaway for you guys. So, super excited, blessed to be able to do that. Thank you, Ken, so much. We appreciate it. If you guys haven't smelled Ouverture, I love it. Just this creamy tea-like spa orange, spice, creamy, milky cream. It's everything about this fragrance is niche, super unisex. I love it. But I can understand why it didn't work for Ken. Only reason I say that is because it is a polarizing fragrance. Not everyone is going to love this, but I'm going to do a giveaway. We just hit 26K. What better way to celebrate than doing a giveaway of a Xerjoff fragrance? So, like I said, guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to leave the basically all the rules on how to enter the giveaway in the description down below. I had a lot of fun today opening up fragrances. This is one of my favorite things to do. This is going to be a longer video, but I truly appreciate you guys sticking around till the end. And if you like what you saw today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.